Hi there guys, welcome to Boxbread. In this video I'm just going to be giving you my post-fight thoughts for the 17th of November 2012. First of all, just address briefly, I've been getting a couple of messages saying the volume on my videos is not high enough. There's only a few messages and I'm sure that most of you are not having that problem, but it's something that just bear with me. I will be trying to address that and sort out the volume levels in my videos. I'm going to try and sort something out to do with that, so I apologise if you're currently suffering from low volume levels in my videos. Just bear with me. So on to the fights. First of all, just a brief mention to Kal Yafai. He had a fight last night and he stopped his opponent in the first round with a terrific body shot. Kal Yafai is a guy, just look out for him. He's going to be a star of the future, I think. He's really definitely got the potential. Really good boxer, really good mover. And I think he, you know, with more ring experience now, as he builds up his career, is going to be a force to be reckoned with, quite possibly. And he's an exciting prospect. Then next fight, just briefly, Tony Bellew. I'm not sure whether I'm being too harsh on Tony Bellew here. I do know that he suffered from a really bad cut. After the fight in particular, I saw what a bad cut that was, and for positioning, you know, it was sort of the inside right there of the eye. It was a really bad cut, and if I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, he actually did well to his cut man did very well first of all, but then he did very well to sustain a performance and get the decision. I'm not sure if it made that much difference, I'll be honest with you. He had that guy hurt or down twice relatively early on in that fight, and I thought he should have gone in for the kill, and he should have stepped it up another gear and been able to finish that guy off, cut or no cut. It's just my opinion. And I've just seen on a couple of occasions now, Tony Bellew just fails to impress me with that extra gear. He just seems to lack that extra accuracy that he needs to finish guys off. Because to be honest, Belanti was actually a decent level, and he did have a good defence, I'll give him that. But before the fight, I thought Bellew was going to stop this guy because I thought that guy's just too slow to pose Bellew that many problems. But he actually caught Bellew, he hit Bellew far more times than I was comfortable with, and I think Bellew's still very hittable. So all in all, considering the cut, it was a good performance over the whole fight. But again, I think it was a little bit safe from Bellew. I'd like to see him step it up a little bit more. And he still has a lot to work on for me if he's ever going to get to world level. I think he's at the moment he can look towards European level at best for me. I really don't see him winning a world title unless he goes a really easy route. But we'll have to wait and see. So then we go on to the main event, which was Carl Froch against Youssef Mack. You know what? When Carl Froch was coming out and he had that tremendous reception, all I could think was, you know, Carl Froch deserves this moment. He really just deserved that fight last night. It was, like I said in my prediction, a coming home type fight against the guy who was not on his level. He's never been world level, Youssef Mack. He was actually worse than I thought, actually, to be honest with you. So hittable, just wasn't sharp enough. It seemed like Carl Froch could hurt him at will at times. And Froch is really living up to his name of late, you know, the Cobra. He's really striking like a cobra. He's sort of feeling guys out and he's striking. He's just diving in with a flurry of punches and he's just hurting these guys. He did it to Bute, he just did it to Mack. He's really still, you know, such a force to be reckoned with. And you know, Froch has gone away from home. He's not waited to the end of his career to do it. He's done it through his peak of his career. He's gone away and fought the best. And I have to say, Carl Froch is probably my favourite fighter right now. It's great that he's from the UK. And I really think we should make the most of Carl Froch while he still is going. Because if you're going on his achievements, then he should be one of the most supported UK fighters ever. Really based on boxing and his achievements and the fact that he'll fight anyone. And he's still looking to fight the best. He's still looking to fight Bute, Ward. I want to see him back in the ring with Mikkel Kessler. Next fight now, I want him in the ring with Kessler. I don't care where it is. Whether it's over in Kessler's yard or whether Kessler wants to come over to Nottingham. I think Froch should have beaten him the first time. He should have stepped it up a gear. I think that fight was a turning point for Carl Froch. I think that he, from then on, was able to really see that he needs to turn things up in fights, and I think that's what he's been doing of late. I think he can beat Kessler if he fights him again. I think he may have Kessler's number. I think he just hurts guys. He's just got power, and he's refined his boxing, and I like the way he's finishing guys off. That's what guys like Tony Bellew need to be watching and taking note of. That's how you do it. That's how you finish guys off. You don't let guys get away with it. Once they're down, you get back in there and you put them down again. You know. So a great performance from Carl Froch. Youssef Mack didn't really deserve to be in the ring. I might sound harsh, but I said it in my prediction video, he's never been on that level. It's just a payday. And it was a step down fight for Carl Froch, but one that he deserved, and one that, you know, I'm not going to begrudge Carl Froch an easier fight to showcase something to his fans. So really looking forward to Carl Froch moving forward. He said he's breaking all his personal bests in his training. He's still, you know, on the top of his game. So I'm really looking forward to what's still to come from Carl Froch after what has already been a really good career. Moving on, I'll just mention briefly a couple of other fights. There was, well, people can say it's an upset. Seth Mitchell, I think it was a third round stoppage loss, his first loss to, I can't remember the guy's name, Jonathan Banks, is it? Yeah, Jonathan Banks, I think. He was obviously the more older, experienced fighter, trained by, you know, close to Emanuel Steward, trainer of Vladimir Klitschko, since Emanuel Steward's passing. And this guy obviously knew more experience than Seth Mitchell. Seth Mitchell, to me, never been that good. Really a big US heavyweight hype job. I don't see a very skilled boxer there. I don't see a future world champion in Seth Mitchell, to be honest with you. I think he has a punch, but he's also not got the strongest chin, and he always makes mistakes. He's got by up till now, but you know, when I was looking at that fight, I actually predicted on a prediction league that Seth Mitchell would win by KO, because I thought, you know what, Jonathan Banks is clearly the better boxer here, better mover and better boxer. But too many times we've seen the older, you know, better boxer succumb to pressure and just get caught with the shot. And I thought Mitchell was just going to catch him with a heavy shot, and it was going to be the same story. But it was the other way around. Banks got Mitchell. Mitchell wasn't able to recover. It was pretty much Chaz with a spoon without the recovery, and Seth Mitchell gets his first loss. So I don't know where he goes from here. I don't see a world level fighter. I see a domestic level fighter in Seth Mitchell. But you know, let's give these guys a chance. Let's see how he bounces back. And next, just very briefly, because I haven't even seen this fight, Brian Viloria. He got, I think it was a stoppage in the 8th round, was it? Or no, it might have been later in the fight, actually, 10th round or something like that. He beat Hernan Tyson Marquez. I actually, on the prediction league, predicted that he would get the stoppage victory. Mainly because I saw both these guys going into the fight. They're very good at counter hooks up close. And I thought if this is going to be a shootout, it's going to be either way, pick 'em. But I thought, you know, Viloria surprised me when he beat Giovanni Segura, who I believed I picked to beat Viloria. And Viloria actually has some good skills. I think he's a more all-round boxer than Marquez. So, haven't seen the fight, don't know how it went. You know, the main ones I look into are the ones I actually do videos about. So, you know, the Carl Froch fight and the one I'm about to mention, Adrian Broner. So Viloria beats Marquez. He's looking strong at the moment, Viloria. And finally, a fight that, well, pretty much went exactly as I expected, was Adrian Broner's victory over Antonio DeMarco. In the first round, instantly, I mentioned the left hook of Adrian Broner. And immediately in the first round, he was landing a left hook. Quick, sharp left hook on Antonio DeMarco. It was a major punch throughout the fight. And he was far quicker than DeMarco, and to be honest, completely outclassed DeMarco in my opinion. And that's good, because DeMarco is a solid boxer, and the guy who's been really performing well as of late. Second, I think it was the end of the first round, you could hear DeMarco's corner saying, "You need to stop throwing just one punches, we need combinations from you." Another thing I mentioned, he doesn't throw combinations, he's a one-punch fighter. And then HBO, after the second round, I believe, they mentioned that DeMarco hadn't thrown one body punch, hadn't hit Adrian Broner with one body punch Another thing that I said in the prediction video, he doesn't throw to the body, he's a headhunter. That was proven. And then come the 4th round, I believe, when the fight started to go inside, then we started to see the other punch which I mentioned, which was Broner's uppercut, which did a lot of damage inside. Antonio DeMarco allowed the fight to come close, therefore took his height advantage away and actually played into the hands of Adrian Broner, who had that uppercut all day long. We found out that Adrian Broner is a very good fighter inside, I believe. He's quick with his hands on the inside, too quick for DeMarco, and was just defensively gifted in there and offensively gifted, throwing those quick hooks, landing on DeMarco, really hurting DeMarco. And DeMarco, quite frankly, just couldn't live with the skill set of Adrian Broner last night. And there was something else I really wanted to mention. Oh yeah, Adrian Broner also said, and the HBO commentary team mentioned this, that he'd said before the fight that the more he was playing over in his head this fight, Adrian Broner, the more he was seeing the easier it became. The fight was more one-sided for him in his head the more he thought about it, and that's exactly the methodology that I had. Exactly the same feeling I had looking in this fight. When it was first announced, I thought, close fight, dangerous fight for Broner. Really have to look at this one. The more I looked at it, the more I thought about it, played it over in my head, the more one-sided it became, and that's when I actually decided I felt Broner was going to stop DeMarco. He's going to be too much for DeMarco, and I actually thought it was going to be a rather one-sided fight as the fight progressed, particularly, and that is exactly what happened. The white towel was thrown in, and DeMarco, you know, is a very good scalp on Broner's record. As I said as well, the weight didn't really affect Broner because he's going to move up as well again, at least, you know, once or twice more, because he was weighing like 5 pounds more than DeMarco before this fight. So really he's just playing to his strengths, moving up. He still has power, tremendous power, but he has the skill to go along with it. I thought it was just a good showcase of his talent. I thought that DeMarco was a good opponent for him. Sort of showed his skill set both outside and inside, and I thought, yeah, it was a good fight to watch. And that's it really. They're the fights I wanted to cover and mention. I hope you all enjoyed the fights. And next up, we're going to be looking at what's happening next week. I'm sure we got some good fights next weekend, which I'm going to be taking a look at, and I will drop some thoughts videos on those for you. So as always, thank you for watching. Please comment below and let me know what you thought of the fights this weekend. This is Boxpred, and I'm out.